I'm Katie Clancy, Chief House Hawker at the Cape House at William Ravis.
And I'm Sarah Lapsley Martin of T. Martin Lapsley with Kinlan Grover Real Estate. And this is What's Good Cape Cod, where we show you the Cape through the eyes of a couple of locals.
Every week we talk to you about a person, a place, and a thing that we think you should know about.
So this week we're so excited. We're on location here at the Cape Cod Museum of Art, and we're here with Julie Wake. She's the Executive Director of the Arts Foundation of Cape Cod.
So excited.
So we're here today with Julie Wake. She's the Executive Director of the Arts Foundation of Cape Cod. So excited.
Yes, very happy to have her.
So tell us a little bit about how you got your start here, how you ended up on Cape Cod.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Well, I am, like you said, the Executive Director of the Arts Foundation of Cape Cod. I've been there for about 6 years now, and I made my way to Cape Cod through living in Rentham, grew up in Rentham, before the outlets, and then pre-outlets. I always have to say that, it used to be a sand pit.
Yeah.
And then I went to Boston and worked in tech, came back to the Cape for a little while, and then followed working in marketing and technology out in San Francisco for several years. And then I came back and brought all the experiences I've had traveling and living in cities and really brought it to Cape Cod. And so Cape Cod has been a really welcoming place to be a professional person for me.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, one of the reasons that we have wanted to have you on the show for so long is I've watched your career and I've watched you be involved with a number of nonprofits on many different levels. And I've watched you forge this path where you've had a big impact for one person. Tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you for saying that.
You're welcome.
When I think back, it's all, every new position and serving a new type of constituency has really, I've been able to take what I've learned from each experience and bring it to the Arts Foundation, which has been nice. So I worked for the Barnstable Senior Center for the town of Barnstable for a little while and learned a lot about senior issues here on the Cape, housing, healthcare, even connection with each other and the rest of the community. And then I went to the YMCA and was their marketing person over there and learned a lot about the challenges of families here and the economic challenges of safe and affordable childcare. And then from there I went to Housing Assistance Corporation, which I have a background in architecture. And so I thought, wow, this is a really great opportunity for me to combine my passion for housing with a nonprofit that serves people who have challenges with housing. And so that was a great opportunity, and I learned a lot about advocacy, fundraising, and just about all the challenges here that it takes to live here on Cape Cod, but it's all well worth it. So, and then the opportunity for the Arts Foundation came up, and I thought, this is amazing opportunity for me with my arts background and my marketing background, and had understood how to raise money and also advocacy. And so really the position opened all these different doors for me. And so I've been with the Arts Foundation for about 6 years, and I've been able to really take everything I've learned all the way back from high tech in San Francisco to the Barnstable Senior Center. I've been able to work with the Senior Center on funding programs there, to work understanding, creating access for extracurricular arts opportunities for families and students who are economically challenged at the Arts Foundation. So there's been all these things that kind of overlap that I've been able to bring with me, and it's just, now it's become this intuitive thing to push programs forward or push ideas forward, because there are no boundaries here. We don't have to just stay within the arts sector. There's nothing, we shouldn't. arts really encompass everything that we do on a daily basis here on Cape Cod. And it's really important.
You're connecting everyone. It's amazing.
Yeah. And that's really, these are the stories, and this is the thing about you that we get so excited about. What you talk about, there's no boundaries, and you really demonstrate that. And we'll hear more about that hopefully when you tell us a little bit more about the organization and what's going on the Cape. So let's move to the organization. So in art, we go to person, we go to place. So the place is the Arts Foundation, but where are we right now?
So we're at the Cape Cod Museum of Art here in Dennis Village, which is just a beautiful museum that has been open since June, despite the pandemic. Our museums here on Cape Cod are open, and so you can come and see beautiful things like all the things around us here today. And I would encourage people to do that. They're at, a lot of them are at half capacity, so they really want you to come and visit and see the current exhibits, and they're very active and things are happening here.
Yes, absolutely. So the Arts Foundation, we actually, William Ravis just started a partnership with the Arts Foundation, which is kind of exciting. It's nice to see that happening. And so there's like a newsletter and something else is happening.
We are so grateful to William Ravis, who has been incredibly generous and is a lover of the arts. He has committed for a year to work with us on our Stand with the Arts campaign, which is showing a business leader and a well-recognized brand standing with the arts to help support and recognize how important the arts are to our community. And so having him behind us has really launched this Stand with the Arts campaign through the Arts Foundation in a big way. So we are connecting his realtors with all the things that happen here on the Cape, connecting them with networking opportunities, and we do a monthly newsletter to let everybody know what's going on. And then when we're able to convene again, we'll convene and get together and talk more about the impact that the arts have here as a way to live here and work here and have fun.
So we touched on the Arts Foundation. What actually is the mission? Tell everyone about it.
So the mission of the Arts Foundation is to support, promote, and celebrate arts and culture here on Cape Cod. The organization has been around for over 35 years, and it started out with our annual fundraiser called Pops by the Sea, which usually happens every August. And as a result of the success of that event, became the Arts Foundation. And so all the money that was raised during that concert goes into this foundation, as well as other events and philanthropic endeavors that the Arts Foundation does. So we raise money in order to reinvest it back into the creative economy through grants and scholarships and fellowships. We also have an access program connecting students and their families who are economically challenged to extracurricular arts activities. We are an advocate for the arts, so it's part of my job to make sure that arts are at the table. We are a strong economic driver here on Cape Cod. We are a destination for arts and play a big role in the economy. And then the third thing we do is we're conveners. So we get arts organizations and artists, individual artists together to collaborate and learn professional development, personal development for the artists, which is a really important part of my work right now. Is we're focused on the Creative Exchange program that will help with professional and personal development for the individual artists. And we're talking about not just the musician, not just the visual artist, but across all mediums.
Excellent. So you mentioned briefly that we're all coming out of the pandemic, right? Like the pandemic
obviously affected the arts.
Clearly, yeah. Well, I mean, eventually it's going to end. So as of right now, so we're in spring 2021. What kinds of arts do you know people can enjoy right now, and what do you see? How do you see the summer looking for the arts?
Okay. So our museums are open. As you can see here, we're open. People are coming in, they're looking at beautiful things, and that's really important to people right now, and to our community and to our cultural organizations. I know that live music is being worked on, mostly outside, and I know that the Cape Symphony is working on something as well, and we're hoping that some of the bigger Concerts might come back. We want the Melody Tent to come back in full force. I'm thinking about Vinegrass, which happens in the fall. So there's all these big kind of summer social events that we really hope that come back, but they will probably be much more scaled down. But I would encourage everybody to come and consume as much art and cultural offerings as you can, because the arts really, really need patrons right now.
And frankly, the patrons really need the arts.
Agreed.
Honestly, I have missed it so much. You've got like $7,000 out in tickets.
I have
right now,
tickets
don't you?
everywhere here, there. I hope all these concerts are going to happen. We love live music, and it's nice to have our local musicians are starting to play again at different restaurants and things outside. But it will be great to have the big bands back again too.
Yeah, over the pandemic, over 2020, we saw a lot of the musicians coming forward and doing lots of virtual offerings, and so they're still doing it. There's poetry slams, there's storytelling. And it's just really important to keep consuming, even if it's virtual, to go to a lecture on art, to listen to live music through the Zoom or through social media. It's really important to continue to support our local artists.
Well, that is so great, Julie. We are so glad that you gave us this time. Before we sign off, though, is there anything else that you want us to know about yourself, the Arts Foundation, or Arts on Cape Cod?
I would say that the arts are really, really important to our community. They help tell hard stories, they help build back neighborhoods, and will help reconnect us again as a community when we can convene. So we really are looking forward to everything opening, and we really need people to support the arts right now, no matter where you live.
Great point. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This is Teresa Babstock.
Oh,
I love that.
And we used to work out with Teresa.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, that was so great. Thank you so much, Julie, for giving us your time, taking us to this beautiful museum. It was really awesome.
My pleasure. Thanks for coming.
Of course. So that's it for this episode of What's Good Cape Cod. Keep following us, and before long, you'll know Cape Cod like we know Cape Cod. Bye.